Aquarius, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. We are in Taurus season. We just came off of a new moon in Taurus less than a week ago. So new moons allow us to set new intentions or readjust intentions that just aren't working, things that aren't really, moving in the way that we want them to. Relationships have definitely been in focus. Venus has been tensely aspected to both Saturn and Neptune. And so we really have to rely on our instincts around these problems and these issues. And not everything is as it seems, meaning that there is a requirement or, an encouragement is maybe a better way to say it, to find inventive, creative solutions to the problems. There isn't a lot of forward movement right now because Mars has been tensely aspected. It's been really weirdly aspected, so it's slowing everything down. And I see this as a blessing because it gives us an opportunity to take a step back and really assess, reevaluate. If things are not working in the normal way, then we definitely need to take a new approach. And it also feels like this new approach is not very easy. Some of the stuff that we have to do, we're kind of grinning and bearing it, but at the same time, it's going to be very beneficial in the long run. Maybe it doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now, but if we do show up a little bit differently, if we do find more better ways to handle things, that's what this is all about. It really is going to help us, like I said, in the long run. That's why I like to start off these readings with an energy cleansing. Just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out some of that block limitation that we might be coming into. It's also a really good time to set your own intention for the reading as well, Aquarius, especially if you've come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over, be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you would like me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, etc. Or if you are just looking for more of a realignment with self, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're feeling grounded in self, when we're feeling aligned, supported, stable, when we know ourselves, have awareness around our wants and needs. That's what's actually going to better align us with our happiness and fulfillment. That's where our abundance lies, right? Really, truly taking care of ourselves and then taking action steps accordingly with our wants and needs. It's the best way to manifest abundance. All right. With that in mind, if you would like or are interested in any of my services, I would be happy to help, support, love in whatever way possible. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it, Aquarius. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so we may see and understand the messages clearly, and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love, Mama Love. All right, Aquarius. You feel ready for something this week, ready to get something going, ready to get something off the ground is what I'm hearing. This feels like something you've been thinking about for a minute, and I'm not sure that you have a lot of support around this right now. I'm hearing there might be a specific naysayer, right? Like someone who's trying to hold you back, someone who's trying to be like, I don't know if that's a great idea. Or maybe kind of like every time you bring it up, it's like talking about worst case scenarios, what could possibly go wrong, etc. But with the Seth being in your overarching energy, it really speaks to needing to make some decisions. And I feel like I'm hearing this as like clear-cut decisions. It's like, it reminds me of 10 of Swords energy. 10 of Swords is when we go through betrayals, backstabbing, etc. And we have to learn through those experiences to not do it the same way over and over and over again. And that's kind of where you feel like you're at, Aquarius. Like either you have been dealing with someone or something that it's time to cut out, that it's time to let go of. I don't necessarily feel like this is going to be an easy thing to do, especially with this fox popping up, because it does feel like, I don't know, whomever you're dealing with, like it feels a little ruthless for some reason. Maybe their energy's ruthless. Maybe you guys once upon a time had the same perspective about things, and then now as things are moving forward, it's not the same anymore, and there's actually a lot of disconnect. And I feel like some of their maybe lower vibey, however you want to say it, lower vibrational behavior, lower vibey meaning like manipulation, lies, kind of plotting and planning, just, you know, to try to get results, but not good. It's not going to end well, is what I'm hearing. Nothing's going to end well. And I feel like you've picked this up about someone, or you've seen it happen over and over and over again. This has been a stressful situation, or a stressful, like I said, it feels like maybe once upon a time you were on the same page, but it has since changed. And what I like about this for you, you do really have new beginnings on the mind. I think there are some things that are kind of keeping you around, or I don't see you trying to find options with this person's situation, because it definitely feels like for whatever reason, it's done. You know, I'm definitely hearing finality, or that you need to be done, however that works. Sometimes we can't completely cut people out of our lives. Sometimes we do still have to see them every day. Sometimes it's family. Sometimes it's people we work with, or people that, you know, are just in our life, unfortunately. But I'm hearing boundaries for you this week. I think this is going to be hard for someone to take in. I don't see you having a direct conversation with them, like, I'm done with you, but I feel like this is more of a, like, slowly backing off, you know? I have a lot going on right now. I'm not available. I apologize, you know, this, that, and the other. This person doesn't really like it. They're feeling rejected. I feel like, but again, they're trying to keep appearances up on some level. Maybe they're, like, I'm hearing they don't really understand what's going on quite yet, right? So there's some ignorance in this energy over here. You're keeping whatever your interactions small. But I do feel, it does look like their senses are picking up. There's our 10 of Swords, guys. It looks like your senses are picking up that, you know, that you're kind of slowly exiting the situation, or you're finally putting up different boundaries that maybe they haven't experienced before. And so I don't see them taking any action steps quite yet, or this week. I think that this is still kind of a quote unquote discovery phase. It looks like what this person kind of had all around them. Yeah, so it's definitely leading to a new beginning. I feel like if you are cutting someone off, as much as you are trying to exit gracefully, I also see that they're doing the same, to be honest. It's like they're watching you, and then I think they're gonna follow suit. I don't necessarily see them like fighting about this, because in your energy, it looks like you've already made this decision. Like, you know that it has to go down this road, and you're also kind of just in this place where you've made your own peace with it. And I feel like they're picking up on it, even if I don't necessarily, like I said, I don't see a direct conversation. Maybe you're having a direct conversation, but I kind of feel like you don't really want to, because it's easier to not say anything. It's easier to not have the questions or the argument or the fighting. There's something around this though that, like, I don't know, like you're still kind of clinging on to, and, something that feels uncertain, something feels like you're not really ready to let go of it yet, or you're afraid that if you make a decision to let go of this person, what, you know, kind of what's this gonna look like? the child can be multiple things. It can actually be a child. It can also just be something that like you hoped would manifest with this person, right? New beginnings. Maybe things never really got off the ground. Maybe it was kind of there like haphazardly is what I'm hearing, but it never really came together, you know? And it does kind of look like there was some deception in this as well. It looks like, going back to what I was saying, that low vibey, like I'm seeing that someone was lying about their approach or what they were going to do about something. Like I was saying, that disconnect of opinion. Maybe in the beginning it made sense. And then as things went on, you're like, no, you know, or you were kind of seeing these really half-hearted attempts that they were making. Like it just, what they were saying and what they were doing wasn't really adding up, you know, and you're ready to take some steps to move forward 100%. There's a lot of ending and new beginning in your reading. I think there's a little hesitancy because there is something here that you wanted or hoped or wished was a little bit different. But as we're moving forward, like both of you have made peace that it's gonna look different. But that's what I'll say. And honestly, I feel like this is the best reading. Like the readings have been all kind of heavy lately, just with relationship dynamics that we're working through. But I honestly like this energy the best for you, Aquarius, because it does feel like on some level, you don't really have to like, it's not going to go down. Everyone's fighting and screaming and angry and upset. It just looks like it's like letting things be what they need to be. And that's making it way less stressful for everyone involved, as it should be, right? Like we should all be adults. We should find ways to peacefully exit. And that's what it looks like. I feel like you're finally surrendering, or that's what the call is. Sometimes we do just have to let things play out. Sometimes it's better to take that side step, which it does look like you're doing with the Seven of Wands, you know? I think you're taking a step back to gain more information, to see things from a different step by step, baby. The cards never lie. Confirmation. Sorry, I can't always read. I'm getting old. Wah, wah. I can't always read the cards from this far away, but I love the confirmation, right? I love that Spirit brings in that confirmation one step at a time, you know? We as a collective are being asked to slow down. We're being asked to take time to surrender, to take a step back, to look at that bird's eye perspective. It might not be exactly where you want it to be, but thank God you understand what your wants and needs are at this point. Yeah, there's some unknowns around some things that you are leaving behind, but that's the thing. I feel like when we do surrender, when we do allow life to unfold as it needs to be, Spirit will take us exactly where we need to go. And sometimes so much of like our fear, our limitation, this belief that we're not going to get something better or something we need really overshadows like that idea of actually choosing things that make us happy, fulfilled, abundant, etc. And I feel like the more you step away from this, the more you're going to see a clearer path, the more you're going to understand where there are places that you can actually still connect with this energy, whatever that is for you. And that Spirit's actually going to bring things that are better fit, better suited for you. So thank you so much for your time, energy, always, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Definitely the best out of the collective this week. Whoop, whoop. So good on you, right? I hope you found messages that resonated. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear or just say hey, share, and a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.